Here, I'm right back at you like I never left, and I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. Salute Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in this room. Now I'm dealing with Kanoom. I'm here. While I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Now, welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is another episode of Where Was God? This is show number 2. I started it on Friday of last week, and I dealt with a gentleman who killed his mother, and I asked, where was God? Now I'm going to go to a more of a worldwide catastrophe, if you will, or a worldwide event that a person might say, okay, where was God? This gentleman dedicated his entire life to God, and he met his demise. He was victimized by somebody right under the watchful nose of this God. Because remember, God is omnipotent, omnipowerful, omnipresent, omniscient, all this type of stuff. He knows all, he can see all, he can do all, and he's all powerful. So for me, when I hear things like that, it's nothing for him to either stop the gun from working, jam up the mechanism that make the firing pin work. Any of these things. A man could do this. A man can sit there and jam up a guy's rifle to stop it from working, but God can't. God could have gave this man an inability to pull the trigger, stop his finger function from working, because they said, oh, God created you. God created everything. He's allowing you to talk right now. No, he's not. That's foolishness. So let's look at the video, and I'm going to ask, where was God? A lot of you are going to know who this is when you see it. I don't own the video. You can find it and you can watch it wherever you can watch it at in its entirety. I believe this come from a show out of the 60s. And let's take a look at it. If you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe because it won't cost you a fee.
My man, how are you, Ben?
Hi, Doc.
Listen, I want you to play Precious Lord Take My Hand for me tonight on the organ and play it real pretty, will you?
I sure will, Doc.
All right.
It's getting pretty cold, Dr. King. You better need a coat.
Yeah, it is kind of airy tonight, isn't it?
Doc, I've got the car. I can carry 5 or 6 with me.
All right.
Say something tonight about the Poor People's Campaign.
Come on, Martin, quit horsing around.
He's gonna be all right, isn't he? He's gonna be all right. Won't he? He'll be all right. He'll be all right, isn't he? He's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right. What happened?
For those of you who don't know what that was, or you might have been hidden up under a rock, as the term goes, maybe you didn't know that was Dr. Martin Luther King. A gentleman who gave his entire life from the time he was 4 or 5 years old to wanting to seek God inside of ministry. Okay, now he's never had any favor on this planet, but yet and still his head just got blown off, or he got shot in the head, whatever you want to call it. And these grown men, oh God, where's God? God, please, oh man, oh, asking for God. Never one time did they, through all this man's ministry, through all this man's life, he fought for equality, which means people were treated equally before his time and after, because he didn't even get to see everything totally desegregated. He didn't get to see that. This man died trying to attempt to get equality for other people. Not one time does God show up and give him a helping hand. But every day let's have a prayer. Please, let's get on our knees. Let's pray. Let's hold hands. They spit on you and all this, beat you upside the head. Come on, let's pray for them. That's the number one thing that a fool can make you do. When they insert this stuff, they treat you like a dog. They treat you like a person less than a human. Then they put in doctrine that say you must forgive me. See, the first thing you have to do is forgive your transgressor. You have to forgive the man that beat the hell out of you. You have to forgive the man that raped your mother. You have to forgive the man that took your father and separated him from your mother and he slept with your mother. You have to forgive the man who took your daughter. She's old enough now, so he took her on in the house and you can hear him having sex with her. You had to forgive the man who put your mother to work. She was a house wench and he let her work from 6 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. and she can barely get home and she still have to try to prepare some lunch and dinner for her family. Then she got to do it again at 6 a.m. in the morning. See, you have to forgive all this. So this is for fools. That's why I have a question. Where was God? Not once did this guy go up and say, hey, I'm here. Y'all not going to put your hands on Martin. You're not going to do this, that, and the third. Never. He got abused the whole way in until his murder, until his death, and they were still out there. Oh, God, what happened? Oh, God, like women. Never saying, hey, damn that. That's it. Damn, God, I'm finna go find the man who pulled that trigger. I'm going to pull the trigger on him. This man meant stuff to millions of people before and after his time. People looked upon highly of this man. So the very person or entity that he spoke the highest of never intervened in his favor. Never. The laws didn't change because of God made him. They said his death, and they was afraid certain things would take place because a riot stemmed off, and they started putting things in the legislation that he always fought for in a non-violent way. So where was God? This man was one of the most revered, most world-renowned. This is one of the greatest pastors, ministers, whatever you want to call it, of this lifetime. Okay? So where was God? Dr. Martin Luther King has been abused, and he was abused throughout his whole life. He was 40-something years old. He never had a nice day on this planet in terms of equality, if you ask me. That's my thoughts on the video. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consort Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room, and now I'm dealing with Kanoom. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I asked them on to it. Please don't get under my video and talking about God was right there watching, because if you say that, it's a pathetic God. And what good is a foolish understanding of somebody who's supposed to be like a bodyguard or a alarm system, and he never shows up? That's like paying insurance and alarm bill, and this man never, or this entity never does anything. Like I just explained, a human being could have took something, put it in a rifle, and jammed up the firing mechanism to make the gun inoperable. God couldn't have did that. God couldn't have just sent down a signal and blow and stop the gentleman's heart that was getting ready to shoot this fine man. So don't tell me what God can and can't do. God is an abstract idea that needs human spirituality to give it life, which means it's a figment of your imagination. Like, subscribe, comment. I thank you for watching. And if you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe, because it won't cost you a fee. Education and preparation is the first step in retaliation. So before we pick up a weapon, pick up some knowledge. Yeah.